Hi everyone, this is Delphine from the Art and Olive Ambassador team. Despite the fact that I've been bullet journaling for years at this point, mistakes inevitably happen. I mean, have you ever drawn a line that was longer than you wanted to? Or made a mistake in the title of your spread? Or worse, have you ever made a cover page that you found absolutely horrendous? So today we're going to explore different ways to cover those mistakes up, from tiny mistakes to covering up an entire cover page. We're going to be starting off with exploring how to cover up smaller mistakes. For these, a white gel pen will be your best friend. If you find that your pen is a little bit on the dry side, one of the things that I suggest is to take a blank page and actually tap your pen on the page and keep your pen straight as you apply a little bit of pressure to let the ink flow. Keep that same strategy to cover up your mistake, no matter if it's covering up a line or the excess ink coming from a stamp. By the way, the key for using this method is to make sure your paper is crisp white, otherwise the correction will stand out instead of blending in. This is why the Art and Olive notebooks are actually perfect for this corrective method. They're always launching the most beautiful collections and their paper quality is just top-notch. And as always, feel free to use my affiliate code Delphine10 for 10% off at checkout. Now for the second correction, we're going to use the same method to erase the line in the top right corner, but to make the correction even more seamless, we're going to use a lighter fine liner to make a grid. I love to use a similar method in my yearly bullet journal setup. I find that it's a way to add a lot of character and interest to your spreads, and it's also very forgiving. As always, when creating a broken line effect, the trick is to run your fine liner against your ruler and slowly removing pressure. I think it looks great, and whenever you take photographs of it, it truly blends in. The next correction is when you miscalculate and draw a line at the wrong place. This happens to me all the time. The first step is obviously to draw the line you were meant to draw, and then we're going to use our white fine liner again and apply a thick layer while keeping your pen straight. Take your time when doing this, because if you apply too thin a layer, what you're trying to cover up will actually still show through, and you're going to have to add a second layer and it's going to be a little bit more bulky. Whenever I'm correcting a larger area, I find that adding that light grid on top of it really makes a difference. And I wanted to say that these are just suggestions and ideas. If you don't mind the small mistakes, that's totally fine. As always, there's no right or wrong way to use your bullet journal. I wanted to show you a real life example. I accidentally drew my last February weekly setup on the page I wanted to draw my March calendar on. And because I didn't want to have like an extra page lying around, I had to find a way to make my March calendar work. So I used this technique to erase the line in the middle, and I drew a light grid on top of it, and everybody told me that it was basically invisible. As we say in French, ni vu ni connu. The next correction is for the perfectionists among us, those who cannot stand a line that isn't perfectly straight. If that happens, a drop shadow is an old school look that can easily cover up a line that isn't perfectly straight. And I know my before wasn't the most obvious. I actually struggled to intentionally create some of the mistakes in this video. For the next two spreads, we're going to use the acrylographs from Art and Olive to cover up a mistake in the title. I wanted to show you two different ways to make this correction. So for the first one, we're going to rethink how the title was written and add a banner large enough to cover up the title we had. I'm taking a fine liner to draw the outline of the banner, but I'm not going to be very precise because I'm going to go it afterwards with the color of the acrylograph. I also decided to cover up an overdrawn line with a little design using the acrylographs again. By the way, this flowery design can easily be changed depending on your monthly theme. This little correction allowed the ink to dry, so then it was already time to draw the outline of the banner with a fine liner. I think it's always easier to draw the outline after the acrylograph has dried to have a cleaner look. To cover up the next title, I'm simply going to color inside the rectangle I had drawn. To achieve a really matte and opaque look, I'm doing 2 layers. The next way to cover up small mistakes is to strategically place stationery items like washi tape or stickers. Try to pick a sticker that is opaque, but apart from that, this is such a time-efficient way to cover up your mistakes. If you're not satisfied with how a portion of your page has turned up, a collage might be the answer to your problems. Archer and Olive has a subscription service called the Kit Club, in which you can find a kit of stationery items curated to create a cohesive monthly theme. They also carry themed planning kits that are great foundations to build a collage. So today I'm going to use my leftovers from my March Kit Club in order to cover up the third box that I had mistakenly drawn for this video. Adding different elements like stickers, washi tape, paper, or mini calendars can come in handy to make it seem as though every single placement was actually intentional. Another way to cover up a mistakenly drawn box is to transform your space using the acrylographs. The matte look of these paint pens allows you to transform the space into a drawing, which can easily fit your theme. I love going for a color block style with these pens. And personally, to really achieve that opaque look, as always, I am going with one horizontal layer and then one vertical layer. When covering up media mistakes, trying to think of a creative way to rework this space, and sometimes you can be surprised on how good it turns out. Have you ever created a cover page you absolutely hated, but you didn't want to rip off the page? If this happens to you, I highly suggest you look up the blog I wrote on Archer and Olive's blog and print out the printable I created. Shout out to Artie from Lila Journals for the inspiration for this design. I personally printed it on this light pink paper to add a bit of color without having to actively color. I cut off the excess paper, glued it in my notebook, and then trimmed the excess paper with my scissors. By doing it this way, I ensure that my paper completely fits my page. To finish it off, I used my corner rounder to round the edges of my page, and then wrote the month using a gray fine liner. And the second way to cover up a page you don't like is to use a notepad. That's right, a notepad is not just useful for note-taking, you can also tear out sheets to add to your journal to cover up a theme you don't enjoy. If the format of your notepad does not perfectly match your notebooks, don't worry. You could create a layered Dutch door, which is what I'm going to show you today. I've made these a bunch of time in my journal, and this was inspired by Nosha's Corner. You can play with the measurements you want, but here I did a rectangle of 10 centimeters per 15.5 for the cover. As for the second layer, it is 8.5 centimeters wide. You can paint on your notebook page, draw on it, glue vellum paper, anything you want. You basically have a blank canvas now. And if you want to see how I actually use a similar layout, don't hesitate to check out my page at Delphine's journal. This is exactly what I ended up doing for my month of April. As for the third layer, I leave it full size, but I'll usually glue another paper like this one to add a bit of texture. You get the gist of it, I just got too lazy. Alright, thank you so much for watching this video. Let us know in the comments which tip was your favorite, and don't forget to download the printable that I created on Archer and Olive's blog. See you in the next one. Bye!